今天要来玩一个期待了很久的，怎么说，骑行模拟器。喜欢不同地域文化、不同地貌风格，喜欢做游戏摄影师的朋友，我极力推荐这一款游戏。它高品质的画面表现，让我在第1个小时的游玩时间里，就有很多会在心里惊呼一下的场景。同时呢，它的叙事文本也十分的优雅、精简又恰到好处，仅凭寥寥几语就可以轻易引起敏感者的共情。它满足甚至超过了当我在看预告片时曾有过的所有期待。
Who are you? I don't know, but I'm writing to you anyway. Where are you? How far in the future? Where'd you find my journal? I may never know, but you can know me from what I put down on these pages. I come from a little village in the mountains. No one has left here since before I was born. But our lives changed overnight, just a few days ago when my best friend had a prophetic dream. A vision that the elder said means this season is going to end soon. The world is about to enter a new era. A great change is coming. Everyone was afraid. I was surrounded by questions and I began to feel how little I know. What is this season that is about to end, and why is it ending? What exactly is out there that could turn the world inside out? If there are still voices singing and laughing in the wilderness, I could record them before they're gone. I also thought of my dad, who always wanted to see the outside world but never did. So, I asked if I could leave. The elder had one condition for letting me go: that I take what I collect to the museum vault, a palace of art and memory at the edge of the earth. She says it's the only place safe from the turmoil of a changing season. I hope that's where you're reading this now. I can't stop the change that is coming, but this time on Earth could live on in these pages. What it looks like, sounds like, how it feels to be alive right now. I'm writing to you at the crack of dawn, on the morning I leave home. I can smell breakfast cooking in the other room, and I can hear my mom's voice.
这种留给阅读者以信件为载体的口吻，会让我想到一篇小说，我念一段吧。探险者，尽管你读到这里的时候我去世已久，但我还是要送你一句临别赠言。仔细想想，得以存在便是一个奇迹，能够思考就是一件乐事。我觉得我有权告诉你这一点，因为在刻下这些文字的时候，我就是这样想的。猜猜看是什么小说？猜中了有奖。
3, 2, 1, hooray! Mr. Lotto's here.
老实说，这个小狗多少有点 creepy 了。唉，经常说看我视频睡觉的那几个，这就是你们的本命游戏了，真的太适合催眠了，而且应该会做个好梦吧。
The last moment in this little house. There used to be 3 of us here. My mom and dad and me. Soon it will be just her. Her and all these memories. But in this moment, everything is the same as ever. Until I shift my weight. The floorboards creak. Mom hears it and turns to me.
You're up. What are you doing standing there? Time to get going. It's gonna be a beautiful morning. I'm making progress. I found the burner, camera, recorder, travel bag. Breakfast is in progress. Still gotta make a pendant. We haven't used this in so long. Good thing I saved the instructions. Just as you would use a shield to protect your body, an identity pendant protects your mind. Your thoughts, memories, everything that makes you, you. We don't wear them here in the village anymore, but if you're going into the outside world, I'll feel better when you've got a pendant shielding you. Diseases of the mind, like the dream sickness. We don't know what caused it. We heard people suddenly fell into an eternal sleep. These were years of wild rumors, and half of them turned out to be true. In times of war, a pendant can be used to identify a body. Let's skip that part. Objects have two layers, the physical and the mental. The pendant needs to absorb both. 1. Collect a sentimental object for each sense: sound, smell, feel, sight, taste. 2. Feel the sense and speak aloud a memory of the object. 3. Feed the object into the burner. The memory will leave the speaker as it is transferred to the pendant. That means I'll forget the memory after I say it. It's supposed to be painless, at least. No, you must remember everything. That's your role. Okay, so this old tape should work for our sense of sound. I remember you and I fell asleep listening to this tape. Your dad came home. We all rested together until it got dark. What an odd feeling. Like an absence disappearing. The empty space fills itself back in until I forget that I forgot anything at all. I'm glad I'm only losing a few memories. If I lost too many, I wouldn't even know who you are. You should pick the rest of the objects. I'll lose the memories, but you'll have them in a pendant forever. So they should be important to you. They should be parts of your identity you want to be sure to protect. So think about what these items and what the memories would preserve about you. Let's do smell next. Find an object with a strong odor and that holds a piece of you.
Childhood. Too sweet, too old. I always wanted to experience new things. Nothing. I used to see souls everywhere. Ancient, perfume, sweet. Nothing is ever lost. Sweet wax, honey. How I've tried to save things.
My happy little world, take me away, dry my eyes.
Honey, wax, baby, waves. I was loved by people I have no memory of. Granite, seaside, darkness. This speaks to how my mom loves me.
那我可不能把它拿来当吊坠，不然妈妈会忘记的。
Faint, damp canyon. A friend gave me this a long time ago.
不管是这里还是以后我们出去了以后，其实都可以看到。虽然是世界末日，但 Season 走的并非是废土或者是后启示录的风格。它更接近于一个有一个漫画，我不知道有没有人看过，叫《横滨购物记行》，是个很治愈的漫画。它也是讲在气候变迁之后，人类很平静地接受了世界走向终结的命运，然后整体的风格也是非常的优美寂寥，节奏平缓慵懒。
My bag and Dad's camera, ready for the great departure. Glue, acid, dust, pulp. How I always wanted to meet these strangers.
我喜欢这本书《陌生人名录》，给无聊小孩的恐怖故事，内含适当的恐怖。
Nothing. I look closely.
标本，挺好看的。
Sour, handshake, sweat. I always had the intuition the world could change completely.
前味儿，来吧。
What did you choose for
有点铜
smell?
臭。
Let's breathe in deep.
深呼吸，这个铜臭实在是。
I remember. These were your grandmother's. It's called money. She had saved it, some superstition. When she died, we were going to throw it away. But you said keep it. You said it could become important again. Like you already knew, at that young age, how much the world could change. Now touch. Pick something with a texture you like.
Fabric, skin, plush, limbs. This speaks to how my dad loved me.
So what did you end up choosing? Okay, feel the object. I remember. You used to take him everywhere with you. One night, you forgot him in the plaza. It was cold and rainy that night, but your dad leaped into action as if the doll was a real member of the family. I have this image of his face as he ran out into the storm, completely serious, no hesitation. And when your dad returned with the doll, I forgot for a moment that he's just fabric, stitched into the form of an animal. It felt as if he had a soul, because you'd projected one into him. What was dear to you was dear to us. That was... We were whole. For a little while. I'm fine. Let's do sight next. Pick something that looks nice.
worn cover. How I always wanted to meet these strangers.
So, what did you end up choosing? This book is supposed to make children afraid of the outside world. Every household has a copy, but it had its purpose in the old days. What with the chaos and violence and confusion. But it didn't work on you. You were scared of the images, but as soon as you could talk, you had questions. Are they hungry? Did they get enough sleep? Soon enough, the creatures became familiar. You dreamed of meeting them. They became your friends. Another moment when I began to realize what kind of person you are. That you were born to step outside of our lives here. For taste, we can eat breakfast and feed some to the burner. The memory I'll lose is the one we're forming right now. I want you to have it forever. Standing here, you're having a last taste of home. Now you're protected by lost memories. A gem of home around your neck. This is my only condition for letting you go. You must promise me never to take the pendant off. And never tamper with it. Okay? Then I'm okay with you leaving. I think your camera and bag are still in your room. It's time to gather them up.
临走之前，再看刚才没有看过的。我没有烧爸爸的照片，也没有烧合照，是因为我想让妈妈还留着这些回忆吧。虽然护身符体现自我很重要，但是给妈妈留下一些，尤其是跟她丈夫还有关的回忆，也蛮重要的。
I've lost so much. How could the world ask me to lose you too?
好喜欢妈妈的配音，她这句我简直要听哭了。这娘俩就不能请个人给他们拍张合照呀？
There we are. There we were. We'll always be right here on this beautiful morning. 这就好比是遥远的恒星早已经消失，燃烧殆尽，但在光年之外的你的眼里，它还在悠闲地度过它的年少时光。
I just performed a ritual with my mom. The moment has passed, but I'll record it in these pages for you, for the future.
其实我基本上没有弄过手账这
I
种
never
东西，
knew when
因
my
为
mom would share a memory
不
of
太
dad
擅长把
while
那种
cooking
花里胡
on
哨
a
的东
walk
西
with no
整在一
warning.
起，整得很好看。
It knocked the wind out of me. Rituals take this grief and give it a shape and a story. Filling in this journal is a ritual too, but for a loss that hasn't hit us yet. I've brought tools to record the sights and sounds of this season. I'll start by recording the only place I've ever known. Public sleep music is a tradition of ours here. When the music ends, the village will begin to wake up.
这里会让我想起西西里的一些海边小镇，这种地形高低差很明显，然后这种尺度的小街道，还有这种开车的方式，立面，还有包括这种溪。
We have plenty of fresh water here. I wonder if it's more scarce in the outside world.
来吧，朋友们，赞美太阳。
Last night there was a goodbye party here in the plaza. Everyone was so afraid for me. To understand that fear, to understand where I grew up, you have to know the man standing watch over the plaza, Dr. Fumio. Last night, my friends wrote down their hopes for my trip and tied them to the branches of this tree.
但看我玩这个游戏可能会有一点很烦的，就是像这种建模建得很好看的，根本就不想管它任务是什么，会这样截图。
The statue isn't as old as it looks. The artist wore it down to give it a feeling of ancientness and the authority that comes with it. Dr. Fumio and his son founded Cairo back in 776. They live on through our traditions. There are 3 murals celebrating Dr. Fumio's work. Remembering everything must be painful. Dr. Fumio brought peace to so many people here. This is a healing instrument created by Dr. Fumio. It draws on the pure mountain air. There's something eerie about an instrument that plays itself. But wind chimes aren't eerie. I think the self-playing instrument needs to imply the presence of a person who isn't there, like this one does, to be properly eerie. Dr. Fumio said the dream sickness was caused by something very powerful. He wasn't able to cure it. This is the cafe where my dad used to read his poems. He wrote one for me. Maybe he wrote it for you too.
"音乐和诗歌，你还能再小个儿强调点吗？"
I remember soaking my feet in here on hot days. Pate loves fish, even though nobody here has ever seen one.
再见，谢谢你的留意。
Smells like an old man's toes dipped in cinnamon. I had to drink this gross potion last night. Like my pendant, it's supposed to protect my brain. The elder sought out Dr. Fumio to cure her mother, who was suffering from time misperception.
不知道为什么这个医生总让人感觉像一个嬉皮士赤脚医生，要不然就是邪教头头。
Dr. Fumio was an important person, but we also just have a need to put a human face on events that are beyond our control. He may have felt just as scared and helpless as everyone else. A village that was created as a place to heal. Is that where my instinct to try to help comes from? It's so strange to imagine I'll be shaped by places and people I haven't met yet. So strange to imagine that I might feel at home somewhere else. I go fishing here with my best friend Pate, even though there's nothing to catch. We both appreciate the silence. Caro Village was founded during the modernity. Much later, Dr. Fumio arrived and remade it in his image. This flower means you're in my thoughts. The morning after the search was called off for Dad, our doorstep was covered in them.
Is it recording?
Yes.
Okay. How to leave home for my daughter. Find a sacred square of earth. Lay down so you have the dirt at your back. Close your eyes. Close everything. Do you see for yourself? You see for the dead, for the unborn. Do you listen for yourself? You listen for the dead, for the unborn. Your ancestors are in that dirt. All the living and all the dead are holding you up. Now, stand. They're still there, aren't they? It's time to move, to entangle yourself everywhere with everyone. So the next time you lay down in the dirt, you will have so much more to tell them.
I've always wondered what's on the other side of this gate. Today, I'll find out. The ruins in the distance were used to make us afraid of the outside world. Dangerous and impossible to reach, they said. Pate fixed up 3 bikes instead of 1.
他这骑自行车会让我想起小森林，应该是春夏篇，那个桥本爱骑着自行车在森林里穿梭的样子。
Most of what I've seen from the outside world probably arrived in a cart like this. This building is made from the same kind of materials as my village. It must have been built around the same time.
我感觉自己像醉醺醺地走在地球的边缘，我们从一个岛跳到另一个岛，就像用博士片打水漂一样，只会留下小小的涟漪或者一两个吻。我也说不准，我就是今天特别想你，今天也想，今天也想。你情书的你可爱疯了。
I can see in these letters that the outside world has extremes, with beauty and tragedy beyond anything I've known. They were right. The letter never made it. The season before this one, the war, seems so horrible. That poor baby. From the village, these cranes look like little creatures, grazing. I had no idea how huge they are. Traders used to come to the outskirts of the village. The war put an end to this. Someone carved notches in the bamboo for the wind to flit through, so it can sing.
你管这叫 sing， 这要晚上来就塔罗高原天团了，白色唱一宿。
I heard that village was abandoned because of a mind disease. Not every community had someone like Dr. Fumio to perform cures. I forgot what I was going to say. My first time petting an animal. I think it went pretty well. That time it felt off. I guess I had beginner's luck before. We learned about old technology in school, but not much about animals. What are these strange goat-like creatures? Are they simply goats? I cycled through landscapes, seeing them for the first and last time. I had no idea when I left my home how the season would end, or more importantly, How soon? On a cold, damp day, I feel true loneliness for the first time.